Hello.
Hello, nice to meet you.
How
How
are you,
are you?
Ellie? I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I today I have one um, Engoo article.
Okay, let's have a look.
Mhm. Can you see that?
Yes, it's just loaded now.
Mhm.
Million refugees flee the war in
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, let's have a look at the article then. We
Mm-hmm.
have some vocabulary here.
Yes.
Flee, which
Flee
means to quickly leave a place.
because it is dangerous.
It is
The
dangerous, yeah. If you flee somewhere, that means that you are fleeing from danger.
danger.
There is, yeah, there is example sentence here. The hurricane forced the residents to flee their homes.
Mm-hmm.
And invade, for example, to try to take control of an area by force. So maybe some people might say Russia is invaded Ukraine or
Mm-hmm.
some parts of Ukraine
Yes.
to take over. Or what happened back in 1990 when Iraq invaded Kuwait in
Mm-hmm.
August 1990.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That was a pure invasion.
Mm-hmm.
Also, when there are many examples in history when Britain invaded Australia, for example, in the 1700s, when the Spanish invaded South America and Central America back in
Mm-hmm.
the 1700s, I think, maybe a bit before. So yeah, invasions basically.
Mm-hmm.
Also in what happened in Vietnam in I think it was in the 80s. I think.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. So usually after war, what happens is people get displaced, like what happened in the Syria war. People got displaced. So
displaced.
it means to force someone to leave their country and go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So many Syrians were displaced, means they left their homes because of war. And the next word we have here,
Conflict.
conflict, a period of violence or fighting. So
Mm-hmm.
at the moment, there is conflict in Ukraine, as we know.
Yes.
And the example sentence here is World War II was by far the deadliest conflict in all of human history, which is probably
Mm-hmm.
true. And I think World War III will probably be the
Mm-hmm.
legion, the next word. A legion is a unit of soldiers, that make up part of an army. They are like, usually there's like special forces, you know. So the example sentence here is the French Foreign Legion is made up of soldiers from all around the world.
Mm-hmm.
The next word, pledge, to make a strong or formal promise. For example, the EU pledged 140 million euros to fight
Mm-hmm.
Ebola in West Africa. Ebola is like a virus.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, then. Let's read the article.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me read.
Yeah, you can read.
Mm-hmm. Over 2 million refugees flee the war in Ukraine after bombs started falling in her hometown of Kharkiv. 10 years old Anna Maria Maslovska left her friends, her toys, and her life in Ukraine and set off on a journey with her mother toward safety. Kharkiv is one of the many parts of Ukraine that has undergone heavy shelling and airstrikes by Russian forces. And Anna Maria is among the 1 million children who have feared Ukraine
Yes.
since Russia invaded the country, something UNICEF spokesperson James Elder called a dark historical first. As of March 9, as of March 9th, 2022, there are over 2 million displaced Ukrainians. The UN has predicted that number could rise to 4 million, making this the biggest humanitarian
Humanitarian.
humanitarian crisis in Europe since World War II. Most of those fleeing the war have entered countries on Ukraine's western border like Hungary, Poland, Slovakia, Romania, and Moldova. Over 1 million refugees have gone to Poland, according to the Polish Border Guard Agency. Apart from children, most of the refugees are women. Ukraine men aged 18 to 60 aren't permitted to leave the country as part of a policy aimed at keeping men available to fight against Russian forces. Many trains leaving Ukraine are crowded with people fleeing the country, but others entering Ukraine are filled with foreign volunteers joining the country's defense. According to Time, 20,000 people from 52 countries have joined Ukraine's new international legion. Legion?
Legion. Yeah.
Legion. Meanwhile, com- meanwhile, companies around Europe are doing their part in supporting Ukraine refugees. Airbnb has played, plagued,
Pledged
pledged, pledged to other
to
free
offer. To
to
offer.
offer free housing for up to 100,000 refugees, and Eurostar Eurostar is one of several European rail companies offering free travel to Ukraine. Wizz Air, a Hungarian airline, is also offering 100,000 free flights to those fleeing the conflict. But Anna Maria at least is hopeful that she can one day return home. If war stops, I really want to go home because there are my friends, there are beautiful parks, supermarkets, centers, and playgrounds behind my house, she said. Kharkiv is like a piece of your heart.
Okay, so we have a map here. If we look down, number of refugees fleeing Ukraine, you
Mhm.
can see Ukraine has a border with Belarus in the, and Belarus is actually a strong ally of Russia.
Yes.
I don't think any refugees went to Belarus.
Yes.
Doesn't.
Belarus. Yes. I heard Russia permitted to Belarus and to Russia way.
Sorry, can you say that again?
Um, Russia permitted probably Belarus and Russia way. They do not want to Western of Europe. Oh, yeah. If refugee Ukraine refugee want to go another country, they recommend Belarus and Russia. Russia.
The, who recommends Russia and Belarus?
Russia. Russia
But
recommend.
Russia,
Recommend.
Russia recommends
Yeah,
Ukrainian
recommends.
refugees to go to
Yes.
Belarus.
Yes.
Oh,
They do not want to refugee to go to the western of Europe.
oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see what you mean. Okay. So you can see most of the refugees have gone to Poland. I think Poland
I
has
know. I know.
the largest border
Mm-hmm.
in Eastern Europe part,
Yes.
Eastern Ukrainian
Especially they
part.
want to Poland, and Poland help um, Ukraine refugees a lot. I watched it on news.
Right. Yeah. So the most of them have gone to Poland, like more than 1 million, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like any Belarus. Also Hungary, Slovenia, Moldova, as you can see.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And there should be a border with Bulgaria, I think, but it doesn't look like
Yes.
it hasn't
Mm-hmm.
shown the numbers for Bulgaria here.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, there was a meeting between Russia and Ukraine in Turkey last. I think it was Thursday, but I'm not sure what the outcome was.
Mm-hmm.
There is a good chance maybe they will agree because Russia said that the terms of agreement is that Ukraine needs to acknowledge that area, the Donbas area,
Uh-huh.
that it's independent.
Yes. But
So I'm not
Ukraine
sure.
president, do not accept their independent, right?
They didn't accept before. Now I think
Yes.
maybe they might accept it now.
Really,
They
actually,
might.
yeah,
I'm not sure.
actually, I want to stop this war peacefully.
Yeah,
I do not want to any more injured of young soldiers each other.
the problem is they brought this president
Mm-hmm.
Zelensky. They brought him for a reason, and he's an actor. He's an actor comedian, and
Yes, I know.
and when they brought him into power, he's always against Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they bought this man on purpose to start problems with Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So at the moment, it's like it's a complicated situation, but hopefully it ends in peace
Mm-hmm.
because it's affecting the whole world. I mean, we are all affected by this war, and it's a kind of a war that could escalate like a world war. It's really something.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But it's interesting because the whole world has gathered, like pretty much most Western world. They have
Yes.
gathered against Russia sanctions, and it's very interesting why now in this time, why are they putting all of these sanctions on Russia? Like before,
Mm-hmm.
Russia invaded, for example, Georgia, Russia invaded Crimea. Why didn't they
Mm-hmm.
do it at that time? Why now? So it's very interesting. There is big games being played.
Yes, I don't know exactly, and Biden have started sanction about Russia, so they would be struggling oil and gas price.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's been going crazy. It's been going up a lot,
and
and
even I think Mir is would be rising rising steeply,
rising what? Sorry,
steeply rising,
April,
steeply rising. That
sharply.
means I mean inflation would be would be steadily rising.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously the energy prices have gone crazy, and you know
Yes.
when energy go up, that means the food prices go up everywhere.
Yeah, so I amazed and I'm shocked. We our country only import only exported of all energy, especially gas and oil. So my car is in the parking lot for a long time now.
Really?
Yes.
So you're not using because of the oil prices?
Yes, and oil price is I on incredibly rising in this area, and um, even um, most of most of food food and ingredients are
Yeah,
also
yeah.
expensive, very expensive here.
Well,
So
you know, with
expensive.
Russia and Ukraine, they provide, I think it's 70% wheat. The wheat.
Yes, I
So
heard.
wheat
Yeah.
have gone crazy. Wheat prices have gone like 3 times the price.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gone crazy. Now this is going to affect all our food staples, like bread and
Yeah, so Biden's policy would be more harder and serious to Russia, but that we we also have we also have a struggling about expensive price or kinds of price.
mm. Sometimes they create these kind of crises on purpose because they know the results. So, obviously the Ukraine and Russia are very important. Like Russia produces, I don't know, it's a very high number, maybe 80% of world
Yes.
palladium. Palladium is one of
Hmm.
the minerals, very important
Yes,
mineral.
minerals. Yes.
Yeah, and Russia,
So.
obviously, and the petrol price has gone up so much now, like more than
Mm-hmm.
$130 a barrel it went up.
Yes.
And now America imposed a ban on importing Russian oil. However, Europe cannot agree to this because Europe needs Russian oil and gas.
Yes, and even they they need Russian gas through the pipe.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So time will tell. Like what will happen. Yeah. Let's have a look at some of the questions, if you like, for this discussion questions.
Yes,
Um,
but I already read this question. This question is I think more simple and easier than our real talk.
yeah, yeah. You're right. You're right.
Yes.
I mean, look at how the whole. Of course, the Ukrainian crisis. You have refugees. Of course, it's bad situation, and obviously we feel sad for them. Because of
Yeah.
the refugee. But the Europe is so hypocritical. They
Mm-hmm.
in CNN they say, oh, these people, they have blue eyes and they are white like us. We
Mm-hmm.
should. What happened to people in Syria? Or what happened to people that don't have blue eyes, white like
Yes.
them? So they're not
Mm-hmm.
humans. They don't consider them people. You know. So you can see the hypocrisy from the Western countries and Europe. You know. And any person that's not white, doesn't have blue eyes like them, is a person, and everybody else.
Yes.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
they expose themselves, like, you know, it's amazing. They
Yes.
say that we should help them.
Mm, yeah,
They are
and I
Europeans.
think, mhm, yeah, I'm worried about already Biden started to strong sanction about Russia. So I think it would it would it would make um, all around the world people as victim.
Mm.
Yes.
Russia has warned. Russia has warned. I mean, it has threatened many countries, like about
Yes.
getting on that they will that Russia will retaliate to these people. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even he threatened with nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is concerning because if you push somebody in, if you push them, you put sanctions on them, you squeeze them, then they
Yes.
will they will explode. At one
Mm-hmm.
point they will explode. So, you know, I mean, nowadays it's not like in World War II. In World War II, there wasn't really nuclear weapons. Now
Yes.
there is nuclear weapons. One nuclear weapon can affect the whole world. It can take out a country or
Mm-hmm.
half a continent. Like Hiroshima,
Yes.
if you remember in Hiroshima when America dropped the nuclear bomb in Hiroshima in Japan,
Yes.
I think 100 people died at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But though at that time is nothing compared to now. The smallest nuclear warhead is like 100 times more stronger than Hiroshima bomb.
Mm-hmm.
So if
Yes.
1,000 people died at that time, that means millions of people will die now from one nuclear
Mm-hmm.
warhead. So
Yes. Or many people worried about nuclear weapon would be used on Ukraine war. That's serious, and even nuclear plant
it
was
was attacked. Yeah,
bombed
but
already.
you know what Russia said that we didn't attack the nuclear weapon, the
Yes.
nuclear the new nuclear reactor. They said that it was happened from inside. So I don't think it's good to attack a nuclear reactor. I don't think they are stupid like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think they
I
are more smarter than
yes,
to attack.
I couldn't believe I couldn't believe Russia do not use any nuclear weapon. I couldn't accept.
Yeah, I mean, you know, could use it as a last resort. If all of the countries get together and start to fight
Mm-hmm.
Russia, then maybe you
Yes.
can see Russia will send a nuclear bomb into Europe. It could
Mm-hmm.
it could happen if they push Russia to that point.
Yes.
But a lot of countries they don't want to get said we're not going to send troops. America said we
Mm-hmm.
will send money, you know, money and weapons to Ukraine. But
I think you do you think America made Russia to start this war. Have you ever thought like this? I think I
they
thought
did they did
sometimes like
NATO
this.
NATO did they fought because
Uh-huh.
NATO had agreements
Uh-huh.
and NATO broke those agreements. So
Yes.
all of the ex-Soviet countries, the agreement was that NATO is not going to give them weapons and make them a
Mm-hmm.
part of NATO. But NATO has been doing the opposite. They have weapons, giving them defense systems, and they are trying to get them in NATO. Like Ukraine, and there is talks about you to NATO. So Russia thought that this is a threat. Now you are on my border. So Russia
Mm-hmm.
sees that they had no choice, but they have to go into Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
So they were forced into that situation. They were forced, you know.
Yes. I think I hopefully I hope from this Korea has truth already, so I want to Russia and Ukraine have truth.
Have truth, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now I haven't checked the latest news because it's hard to get real news now because what the Western media is reporting, I don't really take that as news. It's hard to get news from the Russian side.
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend in Ukraine. He's living in the capital in Kiev.
Yes.
I spoke.
Kiev is uh now several minutes ago um I researched it on YouTube. Kiev, capital city Kiev is Kiev is forced forced by Russian troops.
It's what? Sorry, it's
Kiev is forced 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 by um, Russian troops.
what do you mean here? Post? Did you say?
Sorry. Uh, and environment. They attacked. They attacked. I mean,
Oh,
they attacked by Russian troops.
okay. So Russian troops have
They have
attacked the capital.
a tank. Yes,
Oh, they have sent tanks. Do you mean
yes, uh-huh,
tanks? Tanks
yes.
into the capital.
Mm-hmm. They
So,
Russian troops are looking. They are going forward Kiev, almost
okay.
yeah, there.
That news has been going on for a week now. That the Russian tanks are coming. There is
Mm-hmm.
it was a 40-mile convoy of Russians, but I don't know if it's rumors or if it's true. Because my friend said to me that there is rumors that there is a 40-mile convoy of Russian,
Yeah.
military coming to Kiev,
Mm-hmm.
but nobody's seen it yet. So it's hard to confirm.
Um, many Russian students is learning on Cambly.
They are.
Have you ever um have you ever talked with a Russian student
I
on
have.
Cambly?
I have one Russian student, but we never talk about these things. One of them,
Uh-huh.
and there's
Only
another
study.
only study, yeah, and another one. I had one random student, and we talked a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He said that
Um,
he said that he wants to go in the Russian army. So
uh-huh. Really?
yeah, he said that. He said he wants to go in the Russian army to fight
But
in Ukraine.
but on most of mass com announced Russian young uh, troops and soldiers are very weak mind. But do not I do not know exactly, and they mass com use their psychological. They uses their psychological, right?
Mm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly I think Russians are probably aware than Europeans. The European
Mm-hmm.
people, I mean, Western people, they're more aware, because
Yes.
because because they are not brainwashed by the Western media. You see, that's why. Because they're not
Mm-hmm.
brainwashed by Western media. So that's the difference.
Yes, and even Ukraine President
Zelensky.
Zelensky said, we need to keep the democracy.
Democracy.
Yeah, democracy. But I do not know exactly is uh, that is these words um, reason. I do not uh, think like that.
Mm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree. Oh, the time is about to finish, Ali. nice,
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see you again. Nice to speak with
Yes,
you.
always a hard topic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we have
Okay.
had.
Have a nice day, and
Yes,
see you
have
next
a
time.
great day.